I'm losing someone I love day by day, and it won't stop no matter what. But I think I found something that might make it hurt a little less. See What in Grandma's Trunk by Shirley Ull. Have you ever lost someone you really love? I've lost my grandma. No, she's not dead. Not really. There's been no funeral. But the funny, warm lady who helped me make May baskets and banana muffins is no more. You see, Grandma has Alzheimer's disease. I really didn't know much about this awful disease till Grandma started getting so forgetful. And it got worse, fast. Now, she doesn't know me at all. The granddaughter who was born on her birthday, named after her. That really hurts. There's nobody to talk to. Dad tries to forget about her. It's his way of handling a bad situation. Just pretend it doesn't exist. He never goes to the rest home. He says it doesn't do her any good, because she doesn't know him anyway. I go twice a week and tell her the story she told me when I was 4. She loves nursery rhymes. And last week, I took her my old teddy bear, the one she gave me when I was 2. She cried, but she fell asleep with it cuddled up to her chest. Even though my grandma is gone, I have something so real to remember her by. You see, Grandma had this old beat-up trunk that was filled with her treasures. No, nothing that's worth much in dollars and cents. But Grandma used to say, on rainy days, she would get out her keys and say, "Guess what? We're opening up the trunk." I can't begin to tell you how excited I was. At each opening, Grandma would share some relic from years gone by, and with it, some story of her past. I saw her mother's purse, faded but filled with coins, letters, and studded combs for her hair. Grandma always held the purse close to her lips before replacing it. In the trunk, I now have Grandma's purse, and I'm beginning to feel the same emotion Grandma felt when she held her mother's bag. The trunk was filled with artwork. No, nothing that belongs on the ceiling of a chapel. Just simple valentines and pictures drawn by childish hands and placed in a container for safekeeping by a loving mother's hand. I showed Dad some of his early artistic talents, but he just tossed them in the trash. I smoothed them out and put them back in their folder. My favorite treasure is a bundle of love letters written by my grandma by my grandfather, who died before I was born. He even wrote some light verses. I copied some of his poems for my literature book. There is a tiny jewelry box in one corner. It contains some old brooches, hat pins, and a cameo ring. Most of these belong to my great-grandmother. Grandma let me wear the ring sometimes when I played dress up. At the bottom of the trunk, lined with off-white crocheted doilies. Grandma tried to teach me the art way of crochet, but she said my fingers were too stubby. Grandma's prized possession. Her eyes always misted when she took it out of the trunk. Was her mother's old family Bible. The cover was tattered. The pages were smudged by countless pressed flowers. Grandma explained to me how her mom would always place a flower for one of her loved ones' funeral in the Bible and enter the death on the last page of the Holy Book. The list was long. I know one day, soon, I'll be placing a yellow rose in this precious book. It seems very important that one of Grandma's favorite flowers joins her ancestral bouquet in the Bible. I don't know why people have to grow old and die. And I think at least they deserve to spend their last years living in dignity, not suffering from a tragic disease like Alzheimer's. It robs the warmth, the personality, the very life from loving souls. But it can't completely take my grandma away from me, because, you see, I have her beloved trunk.